Drew, I don't think anybody would have looked at you cross if you had decided to not do this event this morning, but what made you want to come out here and do this community service?
Well, listen, any chance we get to interact with kids, young people, especially the opportunity to do it through the Pro Bowl experience as well. I think it's just a way for us to touch another community, and players are out throughout the community today serving in a bunch of different capacities. A bunch of players today were able to come to the Boys and Girls Club, and I was involved with helping to build a butterfly garden. That's my first butterfly garden, but I'm used to a vegetable garden. But we were planting flowers, and we were doing some staining of the trellis and some building and refurbishing. So listen, it was a lot of fun, but also just to be around the kids, helping to mentor them, and just to see their smiling faces when they see that there's NFL players that have come to spend some time with them. I look at it as like, these are my kids, and so what would I want for someone to be able to impart on them as far as guidance or advice or mentorship? And so it's really a fun way to interact with the community.
Do you get a good sense of what it means to these kids because you're walking out, kids are screaming your name? You give a little bit of a passing thing over here?
Yeah, we had a passing tutorial earlier. No, listen, it's fun. I mean, you're trying to give these kids a lasting memory, right? And obviously Boys and Girls Clubs across the country do so many great things to provide that support for these kids, especially in a lot of cases kids that would otherwise not really have maybe the most positive environment to go to, or it keeps them out of trouble. It gives them an environment that's very positive, and obviously creates a lot of opportunity for them. And so we're just trying to add to that right now.
Yeah, 13 Pro Bowls. This does not seem to get stale for you.
No, listen, it's fun. It's fun to be around the guy. Obviously, we got a lot of Saints guys here. I think there's 11 of us. So I think at times we could probably put together a huddle where we could just call our own plays and we'd be okay in this game. But also to interact with some guys that you kind of see from afar around the league, and you respect and admire, and so to be around them. And then obviously the family element. You got Disney here in Orlando, and then my kids having the chance to be around some of the guys that they look up to around the league is really cool.
Yeah, you hear Mickey Loomis or see him say earlier in the week, look, Drew can play for the Saints as long as he's effective and he wants to. Does that mean anything significant to you?
Well, I mean, that obviously makes you feel good knowing that the team wants you. They want you to stick around, and I have no intention of going anywhere else. At the end of the day, it's just, I told myself 3 years ago that, man, every year is just going to be one at a time. It's going to be one at a time. I'm going to take that approach with the way I prepare, with the way I play. And then at the end of the season, just, take a moment to take a deep breath and decompress and spend some time with family and just kind of get away. And then, the process starts again at some point, But those conversations will be ongoing, but, I'm trying to give it a month or so.
All right. As for the game on Sunday, how much fun do you anticipate having? Because I know the last time we saw you here, the kids really had a good time on the sideline. It seemed like it was a fun time for everybody.
I think the kids had the most fun. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to keep my goal is just to keep them off the field during play, right? Pre-game, they can go nuts. Post-game, they can go nuts. But during the game, I just need them off the white, Yeah, so I'll have them down on the sideline for sure. Listen, Pro Bowl's fun. It's fun. There's a lot of goofing around. There's a lot of just enjoyment. Obviously, the NFL, I think, allows that. They allow that to happen during the Pro Bowl because they want it to be a really fun event for the players, and also I think from a fan's perspective, just something different. I mean, as I can recall, was it last year, the year before, Alvin Kamara is rushing off the edge in a pass rush situation, all right? So you never know what to expect in the Pro Bowl, right? It's fun.